All right, Gravel Throat Reviews here, and today I want to talk about a new double LP, Birthing, from the band Swans. Swans are back with another installment of epic experimentation and doomy psych rock with their new release, Birthing. This is Swans' 17th studio album, formed in New York City in 1982 by Michael Gira. Swans emerged from the no-wave scene, known for their intense and experimental sound. Over the decades, the band has evolved, incorporating elements of post-rock, industrial, neo-folk, doom, electronic, and consistently pushing the boundaries of musicianship and listenability in general. After disbanding in 1997, Gira revived Swans in 2010 with a new lineup, leading to critically acclaimed albums like The Seer in 2012 and To Be Kind in 2014. The current lineup includes Michael Gira, Christoph Hahn, Christopher Provotica, Phil Puello, Larry Mullins, Dana Schechter, and Norman Westberg. Their latest album, Birthing, released on May 30th, 2025, marks the end of their big sound era, with Gira indicating a shift towards a more pared-down approach in future projects. The album Birthing spans nearly 2 hours over 7 tracks. This album delves into themes of creation, transformation, along with some humorous themes peppered in as well. Swans are known for their slow building structures that move along at a glacier pace, layering the instruments to create massive soundscapes that oscillate between meditative and cacophonous, like on the title track, Birthing. This track is a 22-minute monster with multiple peaks and valleys. As soon as one element dissolves, another one evolves into the mix, so truly you can never guess what's just around the corner. I love the 7 to 11:30 minute section on this track with its layered noise and ear candy that erupts into this repetitive, distorted guitar riff that is accompanied by quarter note cymbal crashes. Then the dissonance on the track grows to crescendo before dropping down into some heavy choir vocals that feel gentle and airy. Michael's spoken word on this part feels calming and meditative. I love this track. The track Red Yellow starts out with an eerie whispered spoken word passage that sounds like a fortune-telling goblin reading tarot in a damp cave. Then at the 2-minute mark, this head-nodding boom-bap hip-hop beat pops out of nowhere, and the track takes off at a slow and steady pace. The bass sounds bulbous and round. I love the flurry of dissonant jazz horns that come in screeching, providing texture and dynamic range. This track is actually kind of digestible at just under 7 minutes in comparison to the rest of the tracks that are 10 or 20 plus minutes in length. This is, I guess, the pop song on the album if I had to choose. The track Guardian Spirit starts out with some ghostly choir vocals that drift over the distant shakers and tom hits. There are some reverbed flutes in the background that support Michael's meandering spoken word section. The vocal melody is very unique and clever right here. Next, the claps and pulsating synths take over the mix with an odd time signature that makes the track feel apocalyptic and urgent. The album employs a diverse array of instruments, including acoustic and electric guitars, lap steel, bass, drums, keys, and various percussive elements, horns, synth, and there is even a death harmonica over the top of a wavy air raid siren on the track Guardian Spirit, which is a strange and awesome and hilarious choice. And this is why I love Swans. The strangeness and unpredictability is addictive and refreshing. Speaking of unpredictability, the next song, titled The Merge, starts with a child saying, "I love you, mommy." Then it immediately erupts into this noisy cyber grind passage that sounds like a lo-fi B-side of an early Uboa track. There are some rapid-fire industrial blast beats and pulsating glitchy synth blips that sparkle in the mid-ground. Then, unexpectedly, this really strange vocal inflection that kind of sounds like shoo-shoo begins crooning over a reverb snare that sounds like a shotgun blast in outer space. Later in the track, we get more jazz horns and weird plucky synths with the voice of a child counting numbers in different languages. The middle of the track is a complete 180 with these giant walls of synth that sound like they came off of the Hans Zimmer soundtrack to the recent Dune movie. These synths build up to a windswept cacophony of banshee wails with a series of very weird sounding harmonica notes that I think sound shitty on purpose. This slowly fades out, and the end is a dark folk country ballad that feels haunted and eerie. I mean, this song could easily be 3 or 4 completely different songs, but I guess for the sake of this style of music, Swans chooses to stick them all together seamlessly under one name. I do think this folky ballad at the end is one of the most accessible and replayable compositions on the entire album. The closing track on this album is Rope Away, and this is actually a really strong ending track because unlike the other songs, this song is just two super long building compositions that are uplifting and resolving while still sounding a little bit disturbed and eerie. The very last moments of this album, Birthing, sounds like a Christmas jingle from the 50s mixed with a 90s B-side from The Cure. When I listened to this part, I thought to myself, this has got to be just the band trolling you at the end of a very long journey, which I absolutely love. They're known to do funny stuff like that. In conclusion, this is one of my favorite albums from Swans. It's so immersive, intense, bizarre, original, dynamic, and weird. And with that, I want to give this album an 8.8 out of 10. Amazing record. Massive shout out to Swans. And thank you for listening to this album review. This is Gravel Throat Reviews. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.